today with another Black Desert mobile video, and in today's video I'm going to be giving you guys a updated guide on how to play Invoker. This is going to be going over everything, PvE, PvP, the whole shebang. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first skill I got here for you guys is Frigid Fog. This is going to be her Secession skill, and to be honest, the other Secession skill here, Arcane Burst, I'm pretty sure it has its uses or whatever, but honestly, Frigid Fog is just the way to go because the skill has super armor, damage reduction. This also adds in the field another skill where she cannot be grabbed. Obviously, these effects are not going to apply in the arena, so this is more so a build and PvE focus type of skill, and my personal opinion is the best out of the two. You can choose whatever you want. I'm just telling you that this one is really the best because we have some recover HP effects here for yourself and even your allies, which is pretty cool. We also have another one here, increase the range of this skill and decrease the move speed of the other player. Not too much else to say about this skill. Let's get into the next one. So next up we have Fissure. This is going to be her first super armor skill in the kit. Aside from Frigid Fog, this is super armored in the arena, so you won't have to worry about getting knocked down or CC'd while you're using this. The skill also has an additional attack with the flow here that I highly recommend you turn on. It does not change the actual damage of the skill, it remains the same. And we have increased the range and also decreased the DP of the other player. The skill has some very nice range on it, so this is kind of a no-brainer to use with Invoker. We also got AHIB and Sarah inscriptions. I went with AHIB on this one, but like I always tell you guys, just choose whatever inscription is best catered to your build. Let's get into the next skill. The next skill we have here is Cataclysm. This is also another super armor skill that is very good. She has 2 charges of this skill, so also keep that in mind while you're using this. We also have some recover HP effects. Also, if I can tap here, decrease the move speed of the other player and increase your AP for the next 10 seconds on the hit. Once again, not really too much to say about this skill. It has some pretty good range on it, and you can catch your opponents kind of off guard with this if timed right and performed well in your combos. Let's get into the next skill. So next is Voltaic Burst. This is one of my favorite skills in this class's kit, just all around the board. It's just aesthetically pleasing to look at, and on top of that, this also does some fairly decent damage, nothing too crazy, but either way, this is still, without a doubt, I think one of her better skills in the kit, and it also has some very good range on it. So for me, this is kind of a no-brainer to be using an Invoker's kit. I don't really know anybody who doesn't use this skill with Invoker. You have the options here of making this a forward guard instead of super armor if you want. The main times that I would really recommend using this as forward guard is if you plan on just kiting a lot in the field, or if you're doing like the shrine bosses or things of that nature. That's really the only time I recommend using forward guard, but yeah, totally up to you. We also have the flow here, so basically when she casts this skill, she'll teleport herself in either direction of where you're holding your analog basically. So this is also somewhat of a movement skill, not really, but it will, having this flow on will help you get a little more closer to your target. And we also have decreased DP for 10 seconds of the other player. Al and Sarah inscriptions, just choose whichever one suits you best, and let's talk about the next skill. For the next skill I got for you guys is Power Surge. This is a crazy movement and also kiting skill in Invoker's kit, probably one of the best that she has. I highly recommend you come down here and turn on the flow chain, so that way you get the additional attack. However, this will decrease your actual damage that you do with this skill, but that doesn't matter. You're not looking for damage out of this skill. You're solely using this for the additional attack and the movement that this class can give you, and the skill can give you, and the kiting capabilities. Right. So we also have increase the skill range upon acquisition of this enhancement here, obviously, and increase your DP for the next 10 seconds upon use of this skill. We have AHIB and Labreve inscriptions. I think Labreve sucks, so yeah, I don't recommend speccing into that, but like I always say, it's your guys' build, do what you want, but AHIB is obviously going to be the better choice here. Let's talk about the next skill. So next skill, you guys, is going to be Gigavolt, what I think is one of Invoker's most damaging skills in her entire kit. With this skill, she would create an overcurrent zone. So basically, wherever she is targeting, there will be basically this AoE of like a lightning field that is created. Nothing too huge, but it is like a decent size. And not only that, you guys, with this skill, if you ever played against Invoker, you guys know that she has this passive ability where she goes invisible for a little bit, and this skill is the thing that triggers that. Apply lightning speed status upon skill use, and this will increase her move speed while running, and she will not collide with monsters. It doesn't specify anything about not colliding with players, so I think that's not like a thing. I don't know, but either way, this skill is the thing that triggers that passive ability for you. We also have increased the DP for the next 10 seconds upon use of this skill. Reduce the cooldown of this skill by -2 seconds, making it a 10-second cooldown instead of 12. And not only that, we have a lovely burn enhancement here. Very nice. There are Owl and Labreve inscriptions. Choose whichever one is better for you. Let's get into the next skill. And for the very last skill, we have Bodyguard, another movement skill in Invoker's kit. It's pretty nice, nothing too much to really say about it. I mainly use it to disengage or to finish off a combo, and she cannot be grabbed while performing this. This is an instant activation. With this skill, we have the flow here. On hit, inflict a daze instead of a bound. To be honest, this one doesn't really matter. This is just whatever you prefer. If you want your opponent to go on the ground when you hit them, or if you want them to be dazed by this skill when you hit them, it truly does not matter. Also, we have reduced the cooldown of this skill, making it 8 seconds instead of 10, and increase your DP for 10 seconds. Not only that, we increase our move speed for another 10 seconds on hit with this skill, so that is very nice. And when you think about it, where you pair this up with Gigavolt's lightning speed passive, this is very nice for Invoker, giving her some needed mobility, because this is not by any means a super mobile class. Yes, she can move, but you know, this isn't like Yacha or Grandmaster or any of that shit, so don't expect that kind of movement with Invoker. Anyway, let's get into her passive. So Invoker's passive is honestly basic as fuck. When at 80 MP or higher, you will consume all the MP that you have and apply Thunder State for 15 seconds. And basically what Thunder State does, it will increase your damage of Gigavolt by 30%, which is honestly pretty fucking insane. It would be cooler if there were more skills tied to Thunder State besides Gigavolt and Voltaic Burst, but with this, Voltaic Burst and Gigavolt's cooldown upon using other skills will reduce their cooldowns by 0.5 seconds. And not only that, apply Shock and Lightning Rod on the first hit with an electric skill. Shock damage, 150 damage every 1 second for 3 seconds. Lightning Rod, 100% skill damage to 3 targets after 3 seconds. Create a zone that entangles enemies and lasts 3 seconds on first hit with an Earth skill. So these are things to definitely think about while playing this class. You do want to be utilizing her passive as much as you can. The Earth skills are honestly going to be things like Fissure, Cataclysm, and I'm not too sure what else, I'm sure there's other things, but I think those are the earth skills they are talking about, right? So entangle, what that will do, the move speed of the other player, I'm assuming, will be decreased for by 25% for the next 5 seconds, and damage to all bosses plus 10%, and PvP damage dealt plus 10%. I know I said it was basic as fuck, and I mean, in actuality, it really is, compared to a lot of other classes' passives, like Dosa, for instance. Like, pretty much every skill Dosa has is tied to his passive, which is fucking ridiculous, but I'm not gonna complain. But that's Invoker's passive for you guys. Let's show you some combos and how to actually use her in the arena dash field. So for the first combo I got for you guys, pretty simple. The first thing you'll start off doing is using one charge, Voltaic Burst. After the first charge, you'll go into Cataclysm. After Cataclysm, you'll go into Fissure. Use the full thing of Fissure, get that additional attack off. After Fissure, you'll go into Gigavolt. After Gigavolt, I usually use Bodyguard, or I'll just exit out with Power Surge, one or the other. And let's just show you guys what that looks like for a demonstration. And that would be the first combo with Invoker. So I'm gonna show you guys the reason why I have Bodyguard as a daze instead of a bound, and the sole reason for that is because, well, you can perform a longer combo if you daze your opponent with this skill compared to if you just knock them down on the ground by hitting them with this. Your combo time is a lot more shorter and you won't be able to get as much damage off. So let me show you what this combo would look like. And once again, I exit out with Power Surge. This is just a cool little tip for those of you who don't know, but whenever Invoker summons Tet, she is actually super armored while performing this whole animation there. As you just saw, she's super armored through that. Now, there's not going to be many instances where you find yourself trying to utilize that while you're fighting. I mean, unless your fingers are just that quick. There's not really too many uses for that, but yeah, just a little tip for you guys in case that's something, or you find yourself in an instance where you can utilize summoning Tet. Yeah, just something to know. So for this next combo I got for you guys, this is very similar to the first two I kind of showed you, just kind of more of a variation of it, and this involves her Secession skill. Sorry, I can't speak right now. So it'll look like this. And yeah, that is the third combo, you guys. Alright guys, so now it's time to show you this class's PvE KPM. KPM just means kills per minute, if you don't know what that means. So yeah, this may not be the best way to show you guys. I don't really know any other way, so yeah, if you don't like it, I don't really give a fuck. But obviously in things like Shrekland, Everfrost, farming with this class is going to be completely different because debuffs are applied in those zones and the mobs are a lot stronger. So without further ado, let's show you this class's KPM. Starting now. Alright, and that is it. Oh, her passive was still getting kills for me. So, yeah, definitely something to keep in mind. As you can see, I mean, I think it stopped at like 310 or 312 at the minute. But with her passive, even you'll be getting more kills on top of that. So definitely something to think about. Farming with this class is an absolute breeze, no question. It's obviously a lot better compared to the farm I showed you guys when I tried out Eclipse in this same area. So yeah, I mean, not really too much else to say in terms of PvE. I'll show you guys the skills I'm using. It's pretty much the exact same shit. And that's all I think you really need for PvE. Honestly, I mean, if you're farming in field, these skills are still good to use. If you're someone who prefers like an all super armor set while you're farming because you know people are gonna come hunt you or whatever, obviously change it up to your liking. But this is what I think is probably the best in terms of just normal farming for this class. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Well guys, I think that's everything I needed to go over with you in terms of this class with PvE and PvP. Hopefully this guide was helpful. I watched that old Invoker video I posted because somebody made a comment on it and I was just like, dude, what the fuck was I thinking or doing? Like, yeah, no, I had to make an updated guide for you guys on how to actually really utilize this class to its fullest. So if this was helpful and you did find this video to aid you in your playthrough with Invoker, please do leave a like and consider subscribing, as I do continue to make videos like these, and we'll keep making updated guides on other classes that I've posted before in the past. I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.
block out. Disrespect my block now, guarantee you get shot down. Chopper shot your block down.